everyone, Cher EM here. I'm going to meet my friend Grace now. She's going to share with us about her experience when her dad got diagnosed with Parkinson. So I'm going to jump into my car and I'll see you all soon.
20 minutes later.
Okay, welcome to Riding with Cher EM. Thank you, Grace, for coming on. Let us go drive around now, okay? First, let me turn out first. How's your week? Everything?
Quite good. I mean, it's been a few days past Chinese New Year. Been very busy with New Year's visiting, and it hasn't been easy, you know, transporting around, especially with my dad's condition.
Yeah, I'm so sorry to hear about your dad. When did you find out about his condition? When it happened?
So it's been 2 years, 2 years plus. My dad was first diagnosed with Parkinson's in May 2019. But prior to that, he had no symptoms at all. So it was really like shocking for us. He was someone who is very active, you know, holding 2 jobs, and he likes to jog once a week. Very healthy man, you know. And we couldn't tell. We didn't see this coming.
Okay, so what was your first concern when you actually heard about his condition?
First and foremost, I think we were afraid lah. We didn't know what to do about this condition. We didn't know what sort of medication, what kind of medical need, what kind of medical help do we need. And definitely, right, the first thought is, oh, is my dad covered? Does he have insurance? I think the cost of things, especially healthcare, like in Singapore, is very expensive, right? And this is a chronic illness, it's long term, so we definitely think a lot about the finances part.
So was there any conflicts within the family or extended family? Because I know if we have my family, we'll probably have some conflicts about it. So was there any conflicts, and how do you all resolve it actually?
Yeah, there were quite a few. Of course, there's like things, how are we gonna bring him around, you know, transportation can be quite inconvenient. Who's gonna take charge to assist my dad in the family matters, taking over the bill payments. There's also the caregiving portion. Who's gonna take care of my dad? You know, me and my sister both. Back then we had a 9 to 5 corporate job. It'd be difficult to take leave to bring them to the hospitals and all that. And do we need a helper, right? Is my mom comfortable with that? So we had a lot of conflict over this kind of issues because not everyone can agree on the same matter.
I understand. I think that's a very common question and common problem that everyone has in their mind. So the other time we were talking about this thing called LPA. So how do you first find out about the lasting power of attorney?
So just now I mentioned, right, I changed my job. So I actually went into a financial planning industry where it gives me a time flexibility. And through being in this industry, I'm more exposed to financial planning and etc. And I think LPA is one important part of financial planning, and that was also my first time coming to know more about it through seminars, through talks. So for a person who have the mental capacity to do LPA, actually it's not expensive, right? You can get it done, it's very easy. You can go to certain clinics that provide that option, and you can get it done at a fee of $100 to $200. But when for my dad's situation, because he can't do LPA, he actually had to go through this route of getting deputyship, which is, you have to involve lawyers, right, to get it done. Yeah, so we went to speak to a few lawyers to get a few quotation, and so far it can range from $5,000 to even $18,000, depending the kind of assets that you want to be covered for. So definitely it's a crazy amount that we have never expected.
After going through all this, what advice would you want to give to somebody who's actually going through the same thing as what you're going through, or somewhat similar situation?
Yeah, the thing is, I think for humans, we tend to procrastinate and not even prioritize things, like even insurance also, right? Sometimes we tend to put things off. And LPA also, nobody would think that one day, you know, yourself or your parents will one day be mentally incapable of making decisions. When my dad was diagnosed with Parkinson's, we all know that Parkinson's is an illness that affects mobility and all that. I wouldn't think that it will affect his mental capacity. And when he was going for his second assessment within his first year, we actually brought the papers to the hospital to want to get it signed by a doctor. But he failed the mental assessment on that day, and we were just too late, right, to get the LPA done. Yeah, so one advice: do not procrastinate. Go get your LPA done when you are healthy, right, when you're in a good state of mind. So that will be one big advice to everyone. Yeah.
So thank you, Grace, for being my first ever passenger in my car, sort of risking your life as you drive around, and for us touching on the point of lasting power of attorney, so that my friends and relatives and clients can actually get to know more about the topic itself. So I wish for your father speedy recovery,
Thank you.
and also all the best for your family members. Thank you.